Governor Simba, I feel very confident about my skills as a chair.
Thank you.
What I'm dealing with are submissions made before me. I don't think we are making up anything. We had gotten to a point where we are casting doubt on the professional capacity of the HR director. We asked him to speak so that if you're making a directive that will touch on him, he will have been given an opportunity to explain himself. He went ahead and said things that perhaps, in my view, were not dealing with his mitigation, because he says the records are there, and the governor perhaps should have just taken time to understand it. In further probing, and I've probed whether it was necessary to carry out the next audit, he has said the governor is trying to appreciate the lay of the land, and that's his comment. If those comments are spun or picked by people, you are the one who has given the bait. What I wanted to guide is if the officer has got nothing that can help us in this particular matter at this point in time, instead of digging the hole deeper, he could yield, then we proceed. But if he proceeds the way he's proceeding, then we are not going to get out of this hole. Because you have a situation where your HR director feels that you should have taken a little bit of time to understand a few things before taking out the action that you have taken.
Mr. Chairman.
And that is to address the concern of this committee, which I think is shared. Is Simba doing the wrong thing, or is Simba doing the right thing in the wrong way? And I thought you were doing the right thing in the wrong way. Now I'm beginning to think that you're doing the wrong thing in its entirety. But maybe when we get to the end of this report, we will have formed our impressions on that.
Mr. Chairman, if you are...
Senator Methu, then Senator Nyonka, then we can make some progress.
I'm actually very, very persuaded by the comments of Governor Arati, and maybe to say something that one of our colleagues keeps saying. It is not in our intention to fault find. We are not here to fault find and look for mistakes. We are here to make Kisii County work. We are just here to confirm that whatever you're doing is within what you're supposed to do. So maybe you need to don't be too defensive. It will ultimately boil down on you. That is why it is only yourself that is sweating within this framework. Just take it easy. Answer the questions as they are. If there's a fault, just admit to it. Then we are able to move.
Okay, Senator Nyonka.
Yeah, for me, I want to say this to you, my brother Simba. You know I respect the office you hold, and I respect you. I have absolutely no need to pass aspersions on your character, whatever. No. What we are trying to solve is a very complex issue. And like my colleagues have said, we are not here to judge you or to say negative things about you. There's no need for that. What we are saying, how do we solve the problem that is in Kisii County? Let me give you an example. You have ECD teachers. They're about 1,000. You know right now they don't even have contracts. These are your workers. These are the people who voted for us. Why do we find it difficult to make sure that ECD teachers are given either a contract or they are actually put on permanent and pensionable, because that is what we are supposed to do as leaders? Number two, the second issue that I've raised, and I'm raising this to, and it's not personal, Your Excellency Governor. This is never personal, especially with the director of HR. I've been asking him this question because for me, it is a very, very painful question. How many ghost workers does Kisii County have? He's the one who's been doing the audit. He's been looking at all the details. We have what the national government through Treasury has said what was not supposed to be done. Out of the 18 things that the county government HR department was supposed to come and tell you that, Governor, can we fix this? Can we fix this? You've been in power for now 10 months. Nothing has been done. Out of that, then we start another audit. And me, as an oversight officer, For the county government of Kisii, I have an issue with that audit, and I've made it very clear that why are we not able to solve the problem of the first audit so that then it can give you to move to the second audit? Your Excellency, I'm not asking anything that you can't handle and he can't handle.
Okay, thank you, Senator. The Governor? And there was a question by Senator Dulu at some point on your thoughts around way forward. So maybe as you respond, let's be thinking of a way forward.
Chair, can you allow me to, I don't know if we go to the questions again, subsequent questions that are being asked by senators about ECD. It's not only ECDs and other many things, because there were two sets of questions here.
You have the details in the next question?
Yes, Chair.
Okay, so to get out of where we are, I think let's just have your final statement on why it was necessary to carry out the fresh audit in light of the revelations that we have. I didn't know that there was another audit until you came before us. So maybe your final statement, why was it necessary to carry out this fresh audit, yet the other one had just been carried out and communicated on 1st September 2022.
Chair, again, terms of reference, if you checked clearly on the first audit by the Public Service Commission through Treasury, they were different completely. And I want to repeat on what my officer said. When I came to the office, is that I need to understand when there is so many arising questions from this audit, to understand who are these ghost workers, what are they withdrawing as salaries. It's important, given that again there are officers who are supposed to be employed permanently. They are not, simply because of these audits that are coming up. Therefore, that prompted for us, within again the law, to form the task force or the audit committee to resolve the cases which were raised by the Public Service Commission. The reason for us to have that audit is out of the audit queries which were raised by the Control of Budget.
Okay, that is your submission. I think at the end of it, we'll be asking ourselves how that then relates to the outcomes of devolved governments, how it will relate to improved health, it will relate to improved agricultural productivity, because I don't think that dealing with ghost workers is the end. It should be a means towards an end, making Kisii County more efficient and allowing you to put more money in productive sectors.
Chair, not cutting you, I want to point out a reason again for us to have had this audit is when you find out that the subordinate staff, they are more than the people we need, like the nurses. Our hospitals, they have no nurses completely. Therefore, for you to understand, again, what workforce do you have, given that there is this response from Public Service Commission, for you to fix that problem. Otherwise, you'll be having people that you don't know what they are doing when other critical institutions, they are suffering.
Okay. Can we go to number 4 then? Because that gives us the ratios. We can reflect on that. The question was the extent to which the county has adhered to the fiscal responsibility principles set out in the PFM Act with regard to wages and benefits to public officers. Kindly provide the annual expense to budget ratios for this class of expenditure from financial year 2013-2014 to date. You may respond, Governor.
Chair, again, I want to state that there are very low levels of adherence to fiscal responsibility principles as set out in the Public Finance Management Act 2012 with regard to wages and benefits to public officers. Analysis of budget versus total personnel emolument for financial year 2013 to 2014 to date is on the table down there.
Maybe you can just focus on the percentages.
Chair, if you check 2013, it was 36. 2013-2014, 36,